By the Monaco Grand Prix, Chapman was beginning to recover. Hill's victory in Spain and his natural resilience took over. Jackie Oliver was taken on as number 2 to Hill, and the Lotus 49 was upgraded. The car, which had been used by Clark and Hill to come first and second in the South African Grand Prix and Hill's victory in Spain, was the 1967 Type 49. The new 49B had different weight distribution, more to the rear to aid traction. The suspension was raised and slightly altered. A Hewland gearbox was fitted instead of the ZF unit. 1968 was to see the first use of wings seriously in Grand Prix racing. The American Can-Am team Chaparral had successfully used them on their sports cars. The appearance of the 49B at Monaco and Hill's victory spurred other teams on to develop their own version of these wings. Chapman was now overtaken by Brabham and Ferrari, but he soon caught up, and the 49B soon appeared with large aerofoils mounted on struts directly on the suspension uprights, which could be operated and adjusted by the drivers. The two main contenders in the 1968 World Championship were Graham Hill, Lotus, and Jackie Stewart, Matra Ford, the latter managed by Ken Tyrrell. Hill had really risen to the challenge posed by Clark's death and went for the title in his usual determined style. As well as winning in Spain and Monaco, with second place in South Africa, he also came second in the German and the US Grand Prix at Watkins Glen. Swiss driver Joe Siffert had won the British Grand Prix at Brands Hatch in Rob Walker's privately entered Lotus 49B by a narrow margin from Chris Amon's Ferrari, after both Hill and Oliver had retired while leading the race. The championship was finally decided at the Mexican Grand Prix. Siffert dominated the early part of the race in the Rob Walker Lotus, followed by Stewart and Hill. Siffert stopped to have his throttle cable repaired, but still came back through the field to finish 6th. Meanwhile, Hill took the lead as Stewart fell back in trouble and drove on to victory and a well-deserved second World Drivers' Championship, taking the Constructors' Championship for Lotus. By 1968, the Ford engine used at Indianapolis was being outperformed by the turbocharged 2-liter Offenhauser 4-cylinder unit, developed from the original 4.2 Offenhauser engine, which had been the engine to beat during the Roadster days after World War II. In November 1967, Chapman signed an agreement with Andy Granatelli to design and build a team of turbine cars and to compete at Indianapolis in 1968. The Type 56 was originally to have been driven by Clark and Hill, and another driver nominated by Granatelli. The car was designed as a four-wheel drive car, the drive system being developed by Harry Ferguson Research Foundation in England, run by ex-racing driver Tony Rolt.